Streamlining log management, deploying Fluent-bit as a DaemonSet in EKS for CloudWatch integration. This podcast is brought to you by Business Compass LLC. We are an Amazon Web Services advanced consulting partner. We build and migrate workloads to Amazon Cloud. Our website is businesscompassllc.com. Our phone number is 973-638-2228. Our email address is contact@businesscompassllc.us. Introduction to setting up Fluent-bit in EKS. Effective log management is crucial for maintaining application performance and troubleshooting issues in today's cloud-native world. Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service (EKS) simplifies the deployment and management of containerized applications, but to harness its full potential, integrating logging solutions like Fluent-bit with Amazon CloudWatch is essential. Fluent-bit is a lightweight and efficient log processor that forwards logs from your EKS clusters to CloudWatch. This podcast will guide you through deploying Fluent-bit as a DaemonSet in EKS for seamless CloudWatch logs integration. Overview of the article and purpose of Fluent-bit in logging. This podcast provides a step-by-step guide for deploying Fluent-bit in an EKS cluster, focusing on integrating it with Amazon CloudWatch. Fluent-bit is widely used for collecting, processing, and forwarding logs. In an EKS environment, deploying Fluent-bit as a DaemonSet ensures that a Fluent-bit pod runs on each node in the cluster, continuously collecting logs and sending them to CloudWatch for centralized monitoring and analysis. Prerequisites and initial setup. Before we dive into the deployment process, ensure that you have the following prerequisites: an existing Amazon EKS cluster, Kubectl and Xtl installed and configured on your local machine, AWS CLI configured with appropriate permissions, IAM permissions to create roles and service accounts, basic knowledge of Kubernetes and Fluent-bit, creating the Amazon CloudWatch namespace. To organize resources related to Fluent-bit and CloudWatch integration, we'll start by creating a dedicated namespace. Kubectl create namespace Amazon CloudWatch. Configuring service account and IAM role. Fluent-bit requires the necessary AWS permissions to send logs to CloudWatch. These permissions are granted through an IAM role that we will associate with the Kubernetes service account. Creating the Fluent-bit service account and attaching the correct IAM role. First, create a service account in the Amazon CloudWatch namespace. Kubectl create service account Fluent-bit in Amazon CloudWatch. IAM role creation and configuration. Next, create an IAM role that Fluent-bit will assume. This role should have permissions to send logs to CloudWatch. AWS IaaE create role name Fluent-bit role assume role policy document file //trustpolicy.json. Establishing trust relationship and permissions for Fluent-bit. Create a trust policy, saved as trustpolicy.json, that allows EKS to assume this role. Version, October 17, 2012. Statement. Effect, allow. Principle. Service, x.amazonoz.com. Action, STS assume role. Attach the required policies to the role. AWS EAM attach role policy role name Fluent-bit role policy ARN. AWS IAA AWS policy /CloudWatch agent server policy. Finally, associate the IAM role with the Kubernetes service account using Xtl. Xtl create IAM service account. Name Fluent-bit. Namespace Amazon CloudWatch. Cluster your cluster name. Attach policy ARN AWS IAM AWS policy /CloudWatch agent server policy. Approve. Override existing service accounts. Deploying Fluent-bit using Xtl. Simplifying deployment with Xtl commands. Using Xtl, we can streamline the deployment process. Ensure that the IAM role is attached to the service account, and then proceed to deploy Fluent-bit. Configuring Fluent-bit cluster information. Fluent-bit needs configuration details to know where to send logs. This configuration is stored in a config map, which includes parameters such as log format, AWS region, and log group name. Understanding and creating the config map for Fluent-bit. Create a config map with the necessary Fluent-bit configuration. API version, v1. Kind, config map. Metadata. Name, Fluent-bit config. Namespace, Amazon CloudWatch. Data, Fluent-bit.conference. Service, flush1. Log_level info. Output name CloudWatch_logs. Match. Region your region. Log_group_name Fluent-bit CloudWatch. Log_stream_prefix from Fluent-bit. Apply the config map. Kubectl apply Fluent-bit config.yaml. Deploying Fluent-bit DaemonSet. Applying the Fluent-bit DaemonSet configuration. With the config map in place, deploy the Fluent-bit DaemonSet. API version, apps/v1. Kind, DaemonSet. Metadata. Name, Fluent-bit. Namespace, Amazon CloudWatch. Spec, selector. Match labels. App, Fluent-bit. Template, metadata. Labels. App, Fluent-bit. Spec. Service account name, Fluent-bit. Containers. Name, Fluent-bit. Image, Fluent/Fluent-bit latest. Volume mounts. Name, varlog. Mount path, /var/log. Name, config. Mount path, /Fluent-bit/ etc. Nvin. Name, Fluent_Elasticsearch_host. Value, Elasticsearch. Volumes. Name, varlog. Host path. Path, /var/log. Name, config. Config map. Name, Fluent-bit config. Apply the DaemonSet configuration. Kubectl apply Fluent-bit DaemonSet.yaml. Verifying Fluent-bit deployment. Checking pod status and accessing logs. After deploying the DaemonSet, verify that the Fluent-bit pods are running on each node. Kubectl get pods in Amazon CloudWatch wide. You can also check the logs from the Fluent-bit pods to ensure that they are processing logs correctly. Kubectl logs Fluent-bit pod name in Amazon CloudWatch. Monitoring and management in CloudWatch. Navigating CloudWatch console and verifying log groups. Once Fluent-bit is up and running, navigate to the CloudWatch console in the AWS Management Console. Verify that the log groups and streams have been created per your configuration. You can now monitor and analyze the logs from your EKS cluster in real time using CloudWatch Conclusion. Deploying Fluent-bit as a DaemonSet in your EKS cluster is a powerful way to centralize log management and gain visibility into your applications. Integrating Fluent-bit with CloudWatch ensures that logs from all your nodes are efficiently collected and stored for future analysis and monitoring. This setup not only simplifies log management but also enhances the overall observability of your EKS environment. Thank you for listening to our podcast. Please share this podcast, visit our website, and follow our social media links.